Exclusive injuries, protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Let's go into the night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
And some people think that golf is boring. Anything but. Day 2 at Valhalla. The morning begins with tragedy. The life taken of a man by the name of John Mills. Apparently very chaotic out there with the weather, the rain, what have you. A bus struck him. From what I understand, he was killed instantly. And after that, a massive delay. Right? Just about all of you now fully aware of what has transpired. Traffic, weather, and then enter Scottie Scheffler, who apparently tried to avoid the traffic and move around. And he says he was told that members of the PGA Tour were given the opportunity to drive directly to Valhalla. From what I understand, he was in a car that was designated as a PGA Tour player. And if you've ever been here for the event at the Players and into the parking lot, you've seen them in the way that they are identified. Now, let's be crystal clear about this. If it's raining and it's dark, it was 5 a.m., visibility is a concern. Anyway, apparently he continued on. A police officer who he didn't know was a police officer told him to stop. He carried him for 10 or so yards. Minor injuries to that officer. Scottie Scheffler detained, arrested, taken in, and was released just before his tee time. What does he do? He manages to go out and score a 66 and is currently, right now, tied for third place behind your course leader, Xander Schauffele, who, for the record, 28 consecutive holes of bogey-free golf. He has just matched his, or I should say he has just broken that very impressive streak with his first bogey on the par 3 11th. So we do welcome you in our final show before the weekend, and what a weekend it is going to be with everything that is happening, including the PGA Championship, the NBA, the NHL playoffs, got a big title fight coming up tomorrow, the Preakness coming up, Major League Baseball, college baseball gearing towards their postseason. It is a phenomenal time to be a sports fan. And when we return on Monday, first OTA, we'll have fresh new information live from the Miller Electric Center, already fired up to get out there on Monday. I think it's from 11 to 12:15 that we'll get an opportunity to see the Jaguars work and have a full report when I get back on the air Monday at 6. But I'm not one of those guys who's can't wait. I'm looking forward to the next 2 hours. I'm looking forward to the weekend. And again, when Monday does roll around, I'll certainly be fired up for that as well. All right, so much to do. And, you look at golf and they're so protective. It almost feels like the sport is surrounded by a bunch of Ray Donovans, right? If anyone gets in trouble, they're gonna bury it. They're gonna do their best to not make it be mainstream. Long time folks here in Duval will remember the John Daly incident over at the Players, where he was deathly drunk and on stage singing Led Zeppelin and what have you, and did not make his tee time the next day. And, you can go back and forth with Tiger Woods. And, Tiger Woods was getting literally the tar beaten out of him by his wife at the time with a golf club because she had the audacity to go through his cellular telephone and saw mistress after mistress after mistress after mistress. It was Thanksgiving. Tiger was passed out after taking an Ambien and then drove his car straight into a tree, right? Years later, same deal. Tiger wasted on painkillers, went down a cliff, almost killed himself at his own event out in Riviera. Stories like that are legendary, as unfortunate as they are. This one is different. All right, someone who was innocent was killed, and again, the name is John Mills. And I'm surprised that we don't see more of this. It's so hard to control the masses. You see what it's like leaving the bank. You see what it's like before and after a Jaguars game. You see what it's like before and after a big-time college football game. You see what it's like after concerts. You see what it's like here when the Players' Championship rolls into town. The police are trying to do their best. Those who are out there directing traffic, trying to maintain order. Obviously, a plan was put into effect. And I'm sure when you leave the stadium and they block off roads and, they have detours, and it creates a tremendous amount of aggravation. You add to that darkness and difficult weather, and unfortunately, this is what you have. I've actually read an awful lot about this today. Apparently, Valhalla does a really poor job. This is probably a bad analogy, but I'll give it to you anyway. When the Jaguars do leave here on a temporary basis because of the construction of the stadium, apparently Daytona's out, right? It feels like it's Gainesville or it's Orlando. Let me tell you something right now. Unless they make significant changes, Orlando is a freaking joke, okay? They don't have proper restrooms. They ran out of water when I went to the Florida State LSU game. Not to mention beer, which to most of you, and since I was not a working member of the press for that game, I went as a fan, paid for my ticket, had a hell of a good time. Yeah, I wanted beer after beer after beer after beer. I did drink beer after beer after beer after beer. They didn't have water, okay? They better do their due diligence. If you're talking about taking a full slate of home games to Orlando, they're not qualified. They're not prepared. Okay, they can't handle big-time events. And that's my understanding of the way things have been at Valhalla, even though they have hosted a couple of PGA championships. I want to say they hosted a Ryder Cup. Maybe wrong with that. But, again, I kind of removed myself from the Ryder Cup, the President's Cup, that time of year because of everything that is going on as far as the great game of football. But it's a problem. It's always been a problem. It's going to be a problem that's going on right now tonight in Boston as they get ready for Game 6 there. It's going to be a problem that's going on tonight as well in Colorado as they get ready for Game 6 there. It's going to be what? We have a big one coming up tonight in the NBA. New York, I believe tonight is what? New York and Indianapolis. We're going to have Game 6 tonight in Indy. Indy actually does it well. That's a pretty good town. Everything's put together, right? Have you ever been to a Colts game against the Jaguars, or if you've ever been to a Final Four in Indianapolis? I've been lucky enough to be a couple of Final Fours, including, I think it was March. Was it March of 2001 when the Gators were there? And I made the short trip over from Chicago. If memory serves me correct, yeah, that was the case. Indy does it well, but I am surprised that there's not more of this because people don't pay attention. People don't abide by the rules. And I'm not blaming the man who was killed today. Trust me, I'm not. I have no clue what happened, which gets me to my next point. But you know yourself, when you leave a sporting event or when you're entering a sporting event, people don't walk through the designated areas. They got cocktails in them. They're going to just walk across the street. And it's always what? The guy, the girl driving the vehicle is always in the wrong. It's never the pedestrian's fault. So hopefully things will change for the better. I guess there hasn't been a lot of tragedy around here that I am aware of. Heck, there was something that happened recently over at my alma mater, Florida State. Someone from right here in town, very young girl, lost her life in a similar situation, hit by a vehicle. So just too much of this. Anyway, It gets me to what is really intriguing about this is we are now in a world where everything is under surveillance, right? I have a criminology degree. When I'm not doing sports, my interests are classic rock, okay, the mob, and serial killers. And I don't think we'll ever have a successful serial killer again between the combination of surveillance and forensics. It's next to impossible, okay? No matter where you go, somehow, somewhere, there's video. And no matter what you do, you think you walk around with bleach-filled gloves. You're going to leave your DNA somewhere. That's just the way things are, okay? What if we didn't have video? What if Jeff Darlington of ESPN, formerly of the NFL Network, what if he didn't video this? What if we didn't see Scheffler get detained, Scheffler turn towards Darlington and say, "Can you help me?" What if it was just the police, in their word, and at this point, Scheffler's still in jail, getting the verbiage from his attorney? Okay? Now, I want to credit the police officers in Kentucky. I think they did the right thing. You heard Scottie Scheffler, and come on, ESPN, grow up. I mean, it's the PGA Championship. You get the best golfers in the world. I understand giving us a minute. I understand giving us a soundbite. I understand having someone listen to a couple of minutes of the presser and then have Scott Van Pelt say, "We're going to take you to what just occurred here a moment ago so we can hear the best couple of pieces of his presser." But 15 minutes worth? We all understand it's a huge story. But we're missing the greatest golfers on this planet for 15 minutes, shot after shot after shot after shot after shot. Very repetitive questions by the media after Scheffler's address that legally he's not allowed to talk about it. And it was just one after another after another. Some of it was somewhat intriguing, including him telling us that he began his stretching in a jail cell. Let that one sink in. I mean, who would have thought that you would have woken up today or at whatever point it was when you turned on 1010XL and 92.5 FM that you would actually hear the comment, "Yeah, I began to stretch out for my round today in a jail cell." And that's actually what Scottie Scheffler did. But again, ESPN can't do anything right anymore, including their massive hiccup there. It's fine. You don't have to be first with it. I don't think people are going to be going to CNN or Fox or whatever else is out there. That's why maybe streaming is going to be much more appealing to the masses. And I find myself when I do work pulling up on the computer, on ESPN Plus, which I guess is the same product, but not nearly as much of the fluff and the nonsense. And golf's done that forever. They do it in the Butler cabin, right? They'll do interviews where you're like, what's going on the golf course? It's just a part of this sport that needs to be addressed, okay? Put it in a small little box in the corner and have them talk, but still allow the shots to be seen by the great golf fans here and across the world. But I think it's a fair question. What if there wasn't video? What if it was a he said, okay? The police officers in Louisville, Kentucky were well aware that this story was the story. It was on the television sets. Scheffler said he saw himself on TV. So this isn't the normal, all right, we got a guy, he avoided arrest, he illegally, broke the traffic pattern. If it was me, I'd probably still be held there. If it was you, you would probably still be held there. But I think that's a part of this story that has not been discussed enough. What if there wasn't video surveillance. Also, I really like Scheffler. I do. I think he handled himself well, even though I just complained about ESPN running the entire press conference. I watched it. If there was ever a time to go to the, hey, do you know who I am card, you would think it would have applied here. According to Scottie Scheffler, it did not. He did not name drop. He did not put himself out there in front of anything else. He did turn to Jeff Darlington and say, can you help me? And I got to think that Jeff Darlington with the video absolutely helped him, because all of a sudden it was on ESPN. It was on every single news and sports entity in the world. So, yes, I think indirectly he did help him. But just imagine how it's always humorous whenever you hear about the, hey, do you know who I am? It's laughable. And it's usually used by those who are drunk, right? It's usually used by those who are wasted, and whether it's you're getting pulled over by a police officer, or you're trying to get a table at a restaurant, or you're trying to get through the back door and walk through the kitchen like the guys during Goodfellas. That's typically where it comes into play. You would have thought it would have today, so I want to give him credit for that. Nonetheless, there you have it. Tragedy today during day 2 at Valhalla. So we'll see what ends up coming out of this. You know, I'm seeing people saying that he has the opportunity to sue. I hear others say, wait a minute, this guy broke the law. He carried a police officer at least 10 yards. I don't know. I don't know at all. I don't want it to be lost that, you know, the biggest issue here is a loss of life. And that is terrible. But you know, I just wonder about this, and I've always wondered about this before and after these huge events. There's no control. It is absolutely chaotic. And what would you feel about a city? What would you feel about a podunk town where most of these college football cathedrals are? Let's be honest. Gainesville's a podunk town. Clemson's a podunk town. Right? Clemson's absolutely. I mean, crying out loud, I think I turned, 25 there when I was doing Florida State baseball games. They shut off the freaking bars at like 11 o'clock at night. They're like, well, you can head out to Anderson, South Carolina, and I think they have a hole in the wall. I mean, podunk city. All of these Tuscaloosa, for crying out loud. Even Tallahassee, if you take away God's country, if you take away the capital, I mean, it's backwards towns, right? If you start arresting people for jaywalking, if you sit outside and have police officer after police officer, you broke the law here. You know, we were allowing traffic and you went out, bam, let's throw you in jail. I mean, what is the reputation going to be like for that town or for that city? So I think this is really a concern. And try to go. I mean, have you ever been to a Daytona 500? Okay, I mean, look at that event with hundreds and hundreds of thousands. So, again, I think it's a credit that we don't see more of this, because it almost feels as though this could be a common occurrence, and not knowing anything about what happened earlier when this man was killed, I got to believe that weather had something to do with it, right? And the rain had something to do. I don't know that, but that would just be my belief. All right. Comments on that? Absolutely. 641-1010. Best way to get on in. That is the way to do it. That is our text line. It is brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. It's just amazing that Scottie Scheffler, after that, comes out and birdies his first hole. He goes on today to post a 66, which is the second best round on this Friday. Colin Morikawa, the only one who was better, with a 65. And currently right now, with Sahith Theegala making a little bit of a run, a 31. He goes out with 4 birdies and a clean card, no bogeys. All of a sudden, Theegala has it at -10. So we have Schauffele at -12. Morikawa, after his 65 today, he's your clubhouse leader at 11 under, to Gala now at -10, and then you have a grouping at 9 under. Scheffler, Thomas Dietrich, and Mark Hubbard all shooting -9s today. The cut line is going to be historic. Okay, it looks like 1 under is actually going to be the score to make the cut. Right now, you are going to have 76 golfers in red figures. It's something else to consider, because at Valhalla, what have they done? They've lengthened the golf course. We talked about the beast. What is it? The par 3 14th, plays 234 yards. The par 5s are 600-plus yards. You go to hole 1 and hole 2. I think they're 484 and 500 yards, respectively. Par 4s. They continue to lengthen the golf course, and it's totally different from a week ago where there was no rain at Quail Hollow, and it became a very firm golf course, which, as you golfers know, really becomes mostly problematic with your approach, right? Trying to get the golf ball to stick, and it's not on concrete or bathtub type of greens. Whether you spin it or whether you take a little bit off it, it's tough to go pin hunting. That's not the case here in Kentucky. They've been getting pounded with rain. It's been raining off and on all day here, mostly drizzle, I should say. There, I'm not there. It's been raining off and on all day, and they're being able to attack these pins. Doesn't matter what the sport is, whether it's hockey, whether it's football, whether it's basketball or baseball. If you talk to those who are old, and to many of you, I'm in that category, okay? The game was so much better then than it is now. There's no question, for a variety of different reasons, all right? Today's players in every sport are bigger, they're faster, they're stronger. The results don't always add up because I think the loss of team is gone. It's so individual today. It's all about me. It's not about us. Golf is the exception to the rule. This game, the players have totally bettered themselves than the courses that they play on. In baseball, they haven't bettered themselves in the stadiums that they play in. They lowered the mound because people bitched. They moved in the fences because they're like, we need more home runs. In the NBA, they had to add the three-point line. In the NBA nowadays, you got 3-on-1s, and instead of making a perfect pass and laying up off the glass, no. The me guy's going to pull up and take a 3-ball. In the NHL, they said, hey, the 2-line pass, it's slowing down our game. Let's lift the red line. Why don't we do that, and we'll allow guys to cherry pick. We need more offense. We need more scoring. They made that change. Look at all the gimmicks in the NFL. They're actually going to put into play in a year or two that absurd 4th and 15 after you score. Let's keep the defense on the field. You have one shot from your 25 to complete a 4th and 15. If so, you hold on to. I mean, how freaking stupid is that? How stupid was it to bring back the PAT? So they keep changing rules, right? And the players haven't bettered themselves in the ice or the field or the court in those scenarios. They have in golf. What are they going to be able to do in golf? Okay, besides change the equipment, roll back the ball, take power away from the clubs. It doesn't matter if you're 5'4", 120 pounds. These guys are hitting 300-yard bombs. And it's the one sport where the players are dominating the field that they play on. I don't care if scoring's up in the NFL. Of course scoring's up in the NFL. If you play defense now, you're not allowed to do anything. You can't jam the guy at the line of scrimmage. You can't go and hit the quarterback. You and I know that whether it's college or pro, whenever there's a bam-bam hit, even if it's shoulder pad to shoulder pad, you're going to get a flag. And then we're going to have to spend 3 or 4 minutes on it and review and say, oh, man, did that shoulder pad hit the helmet? So, yeah, scoring's up because we've made it, or they have made it, such an offensive game. What is golf going to do here? It's fun to watch these guys go low every once in a while. But a 62 yesterday for Schauffele and a guy getting out of jail, shooting a 66 today, and Scottie Scheffler, the guy's in jail, okay? In jail, and he shoots a 66. So, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. I love it. I love the game. I love to play it. I love to talk about it. I love to watch it. But I don't know what golf is going to do. You can add more rough. You can make the greens more slick. You can tiger-proof it. You can extend it. You can do whatever you want. But until you do something with the equipment, this game is going to be the ultimate bandbox in professional athletics. All right, we got an awful lot to do tonight. Dylan Denmark is in. How are you doing, young man? By the way, you've totally taken advantage of the tiger-proofing the rounds of golf that I've played with you.
Oh, for sure. I'm doing good, man. I'm kind of ready for this weekend. It's been a long week, but I'm glad to be here for another hour and a half.
Is it really 6:28?
It is.
Man, I've really extended myself early on here. And I feel like I got a ton more to say. So I better hit this first break. I will tell you that Shmunez Vision brings you opening comments each and every night on Into the Night with Rick Ballou. I'm going to visit Dr. Neo Shmunez next Friday. Hey, I visited him 8.5 years ago. Went in for a normal checkup, right? He said, Ballou, you got problems. You need surgery immediately. I'm like, what's up? He's like, you need something removed from your right eye. It's cancerous. He performed that surgery. Never had a setback. Not expecting one when I visit him next Friday, okay? They're the best around. I want you to check them out at Shmunez Vision. Everything that you can think of that is related to your eyes, that is the case at Shmunez Vision. You can also visit them on Instagram at Shmunez Vision. Here you can see the good folks at Shmunez Vision. All right, we got a ton to do right here on this Friday. It's great to have you with us. He's still in Denmark. My name is Rick Ballou. We call this Into the Night.
A PGA Championship update on 1010XL, brought to you by Vaughn Motor Group.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 106th PGA Championship, sponsored by Wrangler. It's Wrangler season out there. Open roads, endless horizons. Shop Wrangler.com for new denim styles. Xander Schauffele holding on to a one-shot lead at Valhalla in the second round. He's 12 under par. Schauffele on the island green at 13 with the waterfall frogs in the distance. Has about 12 feet for birdie coming up. Colin Morikawa 11 under, one back in the clubhouse. Scottie Scheffler also done for the day, 9 under. What a day. World number one was in the back of a cop car about 12 hours ago. He was arrested for reckless driving near the entrance of the golf club. Scheffler said he was rattled, to say the least. The officer actually took him to the jail, was very kind, he says, and talked him off the ledge, calmed him down. Scheffler was released hours later. He got back to the course, made his tee time, and shot 5 under 66. Scheffler's arraignment is scheduled for Tuesday morning. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
I have diabetes. I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I have asthma. I'm at risk too.
If you're 19 or older with chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect you against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Even if you've already been vaccinated with other pneumonia vaccines, Prevnar 20 may help provide added protection. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. Side effects include pain and swelling at the injection site, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
Discover luxury on your terms at Randy Marion Cadillac in Jacksonville. Drive away today in style.
Boasting North Florida's largest selection of Cadillacs, we have your dream car waiting.
Experience the future with Cadillac Lyric, redefining luxury electric vehicles at the starting price of $44,988.
With over 50 to choose from, and this exclusive offer, the luxury of a Cadillac is more attainable than ever.
And rest assured, every Cadillac is backed by our dedication to outstanding customer service.
Randy Marion Cadillac on Southside Boulevard, Jacksonville, plus tax tag title $8.99 admin fee and resistance.
Tell them Jennifer sent ya.
Do you have clicking, popping, swelling, or pain in your knee or shoulder? This can be due to arthritic changes in your joints. Over time, you have wear and tear of your cartilage. I am Dr. George Bari, and here at Bari Orthopedics, we have numerous ways to treat your arthritis, such as regenerative medicine, including PRP and joint replacements with CT guidance for accuracy down to the millimeter. If you are experiencing any of these symptoms, call us for an appointment today, or log on to BariOrthopedics.com.
Find out more at BariOrthopedics.com. That's BAHRI Orthopedics.com.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for a seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Let's go! Don't you dare miss the Jacksonville Sharks calming the storm this weekend. They're going to beat that Sioux Falls Storm. You bet. Saturday, May 18th, 7 o'clock at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Let's go! With tickets as low as $15, you're not going to find Saturday family affordable fun anywhere else. Call 904-621-0700 or go to jacksharks.com. Dress as your favorite superhero or villain for the Sharks Superhero Night and help the Sharks smash their opponent. All educators, buy one ticket, get one free. Join us for Shark Fest before the game. 5 o'clock, a pregame party, and rock the tank. Let's go! Don't miss opening night of the season. This Saturday, May 18th, 7 o'clock in the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Be a part of indoor football fun and exciting, non-stop action. Let's go! For tickets as low as $15, call 904-621-0700. And don't forget your cape. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Certainly facing challenging economic times. I can't speak for all of us, but for me, comforting to know my money is in good hands with ITP Partners. Ticket here for ITP Partners. Jacksonville guys taking care of my Jacksonville money. I'll admit it, I don't understand a ton about the economy. Higher interest rates, 401ks. What I do know as I move closer to retirement, I continue to watch my money grow. Thanks to Chris Bryan, Jeff Hartman, Reagan Wright, Dan Abel, and Reed Wingate. Get in the game, guys. ITP Partners, always there to help. For more info, Chris at ITPPartners.com or call 904-312-9751.
Mark Watson here to tell you a little bit about HardballCreative.com. It's your online promo haven with thousands of ideas on how to promote your company. We're open 24/7, 365.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all. When you're hungry for midday sports talk, share a table with Helmets and Heels.
It's a bad idea to travel on an empty stomach.
Mia, Lauren, and Taylor.
We like hungry.
Switched on by First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Noon to 2 weekdays on 1010XL.
Hey gang, a tougher housing market means it's crucial to hire the right agent to sell your home at maximum price. That's why I recommend Chad and Sandy Newman. Chad and Sandy have the plan and experience to sell your home fast and, most importantly for you, get maximum cash. Listen, problems lead to promises, lead to proof when you trust Chad and Sandy. Among those promises, Chad and Sandy, the only local real estate experts I trust and recommend, and this is why. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. Problems that you think are problems are fixed with the promises of Chad and Sandy. Let's go now to some proof. Justin and Palatka. I was trapped in a mortgage with my ex-wife on a home that didn't sell for 184 days with another realtor. Finally, we hired Chad and Sandy, and the difference was instantaneous. We had multiple offers in 7 days and sold and closed in 16. So just do this, gang. Call Chad and Sandy today, 904-414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. The NBA playoffs are heating up, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you never miss a shot to cash in on a play. You can even live stream and bet on the games right from the sportsbook, giving you everything you'll need to decide, cash out or let it ride. MyBookie really makes it easy to get paid with tons of boosted props and slam dunk parlays, and new boosts are now posted on the daily. It's more than just a sports book. Buzzer beaters, underdog upsets, and a community to share in all of the sweats. Give yourself a head start today and play with house money using promo code 1010XL when you make your first deposit. That's promo code 1010XL to claim a limited time bonus when you sign up and make your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie. And don't forget that promo code 1010XL.
Everyone seems to be in a time crunch these days. Well, don't forget you can always count on the cold case at Daly's. Always convenient, always cold, whether it's the king of beers, Natty Light, Stella, or Cigar City, or Goose Island, or Bud Light Seltzer. Dash into Daly's and grab one to go.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Fall in, everyone. Stay in line.
Tonight there's gonna be a jailbreak somewhere in
This morning.
town. See, me and the boys, we don't like it, so we're getting up and going.
The great Thin Lizzy. Put him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, would ya?
Looking right to left. If you see us coming, I think it's best.
All right, we do tonight till 8 o'clock. Hacker on vacation. He's on a cruise somewhere. Guy looks great, man. He's lost like 60-plus pounds, and he's with the fam, so he's going to be out of town for a week. We'll be back Monday, and going to get an opportunity to talk with Ronald Darby after the Jaguars' first OTA. That'll be interesting. Darby's been inside, outside. Of course, at Florida State, when he came out, he was a great man cover. Can he take on that responsibility now? Jaguars made a move, a couple of moves yesterday, adding some veteran defensive backs. So that'll be Monday. Of course, most of the focus today is on what is happening over at Valhalla. I'll get back there in just one moment. But a football-related note that I want you to take with you for the weekend, because it's a feel-good story. And I'm all about feel-good. Word out of Miami. Tua, for the most part, absent. Everything is voluntary, but things began on April 15th, right? You've heard from Trevor. You've seen Trevor. Trevor called Brian Thomas Jr. the night he was selected in the first round. We'll see Trevor out at the Miller Electric Center on Monday. Trevor and Trent Baalke apparently are working on a contract extension. For the record, I wouldn't pay him. I'd make him play this year at $11.7 million. I'd want to see him reduce the turnovers. He's had 60 in 3 years. He had 5 injuries last year. I still don't think they did enough to fortify that offensive line. I hope I'm wrong. Okay? I mean, I'm not so egotistical that I'm like, boy, I want them to not be able to run the ball again and for Trevor to get hurt just to prove my point with the offensive line. I'm not that guy. Not even privately. I'm not the Phil Mickelson guy, like, hey, when the camera's on, I'm going to tell you what you want to hear. When the camera's off and you get a couple of Tullamore dues in me, I'm going to really spill the truth. No, I'm not that way at all. I hope I'm wrong here, but I think they've blown it with the offensive line. Tua is in year 5, right? Tua's going to make this year $23.2 million. They picked up his 5th-year option. They're at the crossroads in Miami. He's not involved in OTAs. He's not working with this team. What if that becomes a holdout, best case scenario for Jacksonville, right? Let's check again. Who does Jacksonville open up the 2024 season with? How about Miami on the road? I'm an every rep counts guy. And that's been my only beef ever about not being here, whether it's Jalen Ramsey not being here for OTAs, whether it's Josh Allen not being here for OTAs, whether it's been holdouts over the years, including Maurice Jones-Drew. It's not because I'm invested thoroughly in does he deserve the pay raise? Should he play under the current status? That's never been about it for me when it comes to the holdout. I have my opinion. I'm one of those who believes you sign a deal, you honor the deal. Okay? And that applies in every phase in life. Nonetheless, what if he does hold out? How beneficial that is to Jacksonville. And what if he doesn't get signed? What if preseason game number 1 goes by and preseason game number 2 goes by? And I know the fodder. Hey, nowadays they don't play in the preseason. You got Kansas City coming here. You're not going to see Patrick Mahomes. You're not going to see those type of guys. I get it. The preseason now isn't what it once was. But the flip side of the story, this is not happening here. What if it did? What if you had Tua here and Trevor was in Miami? What if you had a quarterback that publicly was saying, I want to get paid? I saw what Jalen Hurts got. I saw what Lamar Jackson got. I saw what Jared Goff got. I saw what Herbert got. I saw what all these quarterbacks got. It's my time. I want to get paid. There's been not one even smidge, not even one smidgen of that with Trevor Lawrence. He appears to be a really good guy. I'm not saying Tua is not a good guy, but Tua is exercising his right. And I think in both cases, there is pressure now from the National Football League Players Association, and there will eventually be that pressure on Trevor Lawrence for the NFLPA to raise the bar, right? That's a feel-good for you. Whether your opinion today is get the deal done and sign them before training camp in July, or you are like me, and it feels like those who are with me are really in the minority here. Would you pay him? Would you pay him? Dylan, would you pay him now? Would you wait another year?
Tua or Trevor?
No, I'm talking about Trevor.
I'd pay him now.
Okay.
If I had to wait till next year or pay him now, I'd pay him now.
Yeah, most are in your camp. Most are like, yes, get it done now. I'm not. I'm like, put some money, go get a defensive end. Go get another pass rusher. Save some cash. You're going to need some money. You're going to need it for Trevor. You're going to need it to, you're going to extend Tyson Campbell. What is this football team going to do? It doesn't make any sense to, I understand they got $34 million right now. They got their top 2 picks to sign. You just take that money with you. That was, I'm kind of contradicting myself here. That was one of my major beefs a year ago. This organization had money. It's not like Shad Khan isn't liquid. It's not like Shad Khan is going to say, no, you can't go out and get Jadeveon Clowney. No, you can't go out and get Leonard Floyd. I mean, right now, go out and get Unique. You need a pass rusher. What are you waiting for? You have the money. Shad Khan's not like, no, save that money. I don't want to spend. No. The money is there to be spent. So, again, I understand I'm being somewhat of a hypocrite, but my point is I'm not paying Trevor right now. I want one more year to see, is he absolutely, positively the guy to lead this franchise? I believe he is, but you don't have to force the hand. Pay him at 11.7. The feel-good part of it is he's in agreement. He's not going to miss voluntary workouts. There's not going to be a situation, or if so, it would be a shock to show up there next week at the Miller Electric Center, and all of a sudden it's like, where's Trevor? He's not here. I would be absolutely, positively shocked if that happened. That's a feel-good. That I'd like to see him earn it one more year, but it feels like regardless, a deal is going to get done, and that the face of your franchise is going to be set around here for years to come without any of this contract type of stuff. Just read that a little bit earlier today in Miami, and I was like, oh, boy. You better fix that. That's year 5. And that would come into play next year. Let's just go the other way for 30 seconds. Let's say they don't get a deal done. He plays this year at 11.7. I think the terms came out for his 5th-year option. I want to say it's like $25.5 million. It's somewhere in that neighborhood. The Jaguars picked that up. They had until May 2nd to make that announcement. They also picked up, Travis Etienne, whose figure was $6.1 million. Okay, the fifth year. I know you're very intelligent sports fans, and this only applies to first-round draft picks. The fifth-year option. It also only applies once. Right now, it's being used in Miami for Tua. Okay, the Jaguars did not exercise the fifth-year option for Mac Jones, who they acquired, obviously, in the trade for New England. So, anyway, just wanted to throw that out to you on a Friday with golf being the major conversation. It's been a busy week with the Jags, certainly with the schedule release. I think that is something that really deserves some thought and some consideration on both sides. And I think in this case, a lot of credit should go to a 24-year-old man, because many in his shoes would pound the table and say, screw that, pay me now. And if he did that, I think you would be shocked at how many people would say he's got the right to do that. That's where it gets interesting. There would be people, there would be mouthpieces all across the NFL. There would be people in town here, players, former players, members of the media, and you know how the national media treats Jacksonville. They're so uninformed. They would come right out and say, oh yeah, you got to pay this guy. Look at all the quarterbacks they had before Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, he was injured. Yeah, they didn't have any rushing attack. Yeah, they had a really bad offensive line. Okay, but pay him. Set your future there for us all to see. If he made that stink, which a lot of QBs around the league would if they were here, and that was them, it would all of a sudden be a very problematic area. It's not. So that's a good thing. Here I am just spreading the love, spreading the great news right here in Duval on this Friday. All right, if you want to get on in, we'd love to hear from you. 641-1010 is the best way for you to do it. Let's look now. Through 15 holes, Schauffele's still at 12 under. Let me give you the very latest here. So he had a clean card going out. He had birdies on 3, 7, and 9, a birdie on 10. Again, he went 28 holes without a bogey, and then that was snapped on the par 3 11th hole with a bogey 4. He is now parred 12, 13, and 14. So he's got 4 more holes to play. It's starting to get dark out there at Valhalla, but he's not going to shoot a 62. Today, we know, and he's got a 1-stroke lead over Colin Morikawa, who shot a 65 earlier today. What happened to Tagala now has given one back. He had it at -10. He now has it at 9 under after a bogey on the par 5 10th hole. So he posts a bogey 6. So all of a sudden, he's back at -9. He's there with Mark Hubbard, Thomas Dietrich, and, of course, Scottie Scheffler. So that is the way your leaderboard does look. We're going to give you another update on that as well. Also going to check with our good buddy Rick Shoemaker next hour, get his thoughts of Day 2 at the PGA Championship. As always, the best way to say hello to us is on the text line. That number for you is 641-1010, and it's brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures.
There's something special about radio play-by-play. Always has been. In Jacksonville, your place for play-by-play is 1010XL.
Imagine driving a late-model Corvette, BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Honda, Chevy, Ford, and more, all at a fraction of the original sticker price. Visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom and browse a great selection of dream cars that are inspected with warranties. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Are you tired of having a plain and boring backyard? Really want to impress your family and friends this year? Then and stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway. Imagine hosting guests at your new outdoor kitchen, relaxing by your custom-built fireplace under a brand new pergola. Stone Core can also remodel your old pool deck and beautiful new pavers. Make your backyard wishes a reality. Visit Stone Core on Phillips Highway and let's get started at stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Calling all poker enthusiasts. Poker Atlas Tour is bringing 7 action-packed poker events to Best Bet St. Augustine, June 6th to 16th, including the $600 no-limit hold'em title event with a $200,000 guarantee. Plus, don't miss Event 1, a $300 no-limit hold'em tournament featuring a $100,000 guarantee. Satellites happening now at Best Bet St. Augustine. Visit bestbetjacks.com for tournament structures and all the details. That's bestbetjacks.com.
Discover the difference that local expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Visit their showroom at the Avenues and browse high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon for QC Kinetics. This is the absolute worst time of the year to be dealing with joint pain. You can't do all the outdoor stuff you love to do, hiking, jogging, biking, playing on the beach. Don't go through summer missing out on life. Call QC Kinetics now and find out how they can use biologics from your own body to give new life to your achy joints. You gotta call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation. 904-274-5522. Serving the Jacksonville area with locations in Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Again, this is the future of medicine. Tens of thousands of QC Kinetics patients around the country are living their best life this year because they made the call. Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation. Revolutionary treatments for joint pain are here. Again, Mandarin and Ponte Vedra Beach. Call QC Kinetics now, 904-274-5522. That's QC Kinetics.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 17, 2019, Brooks Koepka fires a 65 to set a new record for the lowest 36-hole score in a golf major at the PGA Championship at Bethpage State Park.
Ballou here for the Blue Crab House, located right off of San Jose. It's on Julington Creek Road. They've been around since 1996. Indoor-outdoor dining. Also, takeout is available at the Blue Crab House. Open 4:30 to 9, Tuesday through Saturday. Sunday, noon until 9. Remember, Tuesday, $2 margaritas. Wednesday, $1 oyster night. How about the blue crabs? How about my personal favorite, the Canadian snow crabs? Whatever it is that you fancy, you get it right there. The Blue Crab House.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes, and you know you've heard this before. Why is it so hot in this house? Well, summer's already here on the First Coast, and those soaring temperatures can do a number on our ACs. This is where the good folks at Fenwick Home Services have you covered. Fenwick offers same-day 24/7 service, and if you need a new AC because yours is on its last leg or already broken, Fenwick has next-day installation. That's right, next day, and can keep your family cool and comfortable all year long. Book online now at FenwickHomeservices.com. That's FenwickHomeservices.com, and stay cool and comfortable all year long.
Are you ready to help lock down the bank in 2024? Don't miss a single moment when quarterback Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars take on some of the biggest names in the NFL. Become a season ticket member now to get access to exclusive experiences, events, and player appearances all season long. Lock in your seats for 2024 now by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you at Everbank Stadium.
Save big this Memorial Day at Lowe's. Right now, save on 1.5-gallon annual hanging baskets. Get 2 for just $16. Plus, buy one, get one 50% off. Select interior and exterior paint and exterior stain via Lowe's gift card rebate. Shop these deals before they're gone because Lowe's knows summer savings. Valid through 5/29. Hanging baskets in-store only. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Actual plant size and selection varies by location. Paint. More terms and restrictions apply. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details while supplies last.
I'm Patrick Young, inviting you to the Florida SBDC's Network Small Business Success Summit, August 19th and 20th at the Sawgrass Marriott in Ponte Vedra. If you're ready to learn, network, and be inspired, I'll be delivering a keynote message you won't want to miss. Secure your spot today by registering at floridasbdc.org. Hey, there's no time to waste. Right now is the right time. I hope to see you at the Small Business Success Summit in August.
Hey, Carline here. Tired of missing out on the conversation due to hearing loss? At Jacksonville Hearing and Balance, their team of audiologists led by Dr. Douglas Green can help you rediscover the joy of connection. Visit jhbi.org today.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, great weekend in sports, no doubt about it. Of course, the PGA Championship. Looks like they're getting most of round 2 in today. It was delayed because of the tragedy. A lot of talk that it was going to be delayed because of rain, and it was really drizzling throughout most of the morning and into the afternoon. It's been off and on, but no rain delays today. Looks like the cut line is going to be historic at 1 under. I'll go through that momentarily, but how about tonight in the National Hockey League? A couple of teams trying to close out on the road. The Florida Panthers at the Boston Bruins. Florida up 3-2 in the best of 7 there. My brother got up early this morning, flew into Boston's flying out again tomorrow morning. Haven't spoken to him about the logistics, but to me it smells like he's married. Dallas at Colorado tonight, Game 7. I think Stars are the best team so far of the 8 that are remaining. Actually, it's 7 now after New York. How about New York? Down 3-1, nearly midway through period number 3, on the road in Raleigh. And then they get, I think it was 4 unanswered goals. They had 3 straight, then an open netter. So the Rangers now advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. And they will await the winner of the series between the Panthers and the Bruins. Looks like Brad Marchand is going to play tonight for Boston as well. He's missed the last couple of games after taking that cheap shot from Sam Bennett. So some outstanding hockey that is going on right now in the playoffs. And, of course, the Knicks, one of a few teams that is still alive in both basketball and hockey if you look at cities. Now, New York's got like 70 teams, but, the Rangers have advanced, and the Knicks with an opportunity to advance tonight in Indianapolis. Indy favored by 5.5 points. So we'll see what happens there. It's the only game on the hardwood coming up on this Friday night. Tomorrow, you've got Game 6 as well, the Thunder and the Mavericks. So Dallas has the Stars and the Mavericks. New York has the Knicks and the Rangers. Boston has the Bruins and the Celtics. Is that it? Am I missing anyone else?
Nothing from L.A.
Colorado's still in it. The Avalanche and the defending champions, right, who were pushed to the brim last night after the Timberwolves held the Nuggets to 9 fourth-quarter points. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw a box score.
Yeah. They scored 14 in the first and 9 in the second. That's like a football score. Both.
That's almost, I didn't see anything from the game or the highlights. It's almost like you're not trying to score at that point.
Right.
With today's NBA.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty incredible, though, to have 4 cities still alive in both sports. Denver, Boston, New York, and Dallas. Right? Yeah. That is the case. So that is the very latest there. One other note, if you didn't see a little bit earlier today, all this talk about Paul Skeens, okay, the top pick out of LSU, big guy, burly, almost looks like a Texan, and he almost looks like he's in the line of a Roger Clemens or a Nolan Ryan. He's going to throw just fastballs. Although he's got that one pitch that he calls, it's the combination of a split fastball and a sinker. I think he calls it the splinker, which I've never heard of before. But this guy threw 6 no-hit innings of work today in a matchup at Wrigley. Problem with him is he's a strikeout pitcher. What does that mean? The pitch count's going to go up. 6 innings of hitless ball, but he threw 100 pitches. So the organization, is like, get him out of there. He struck out 11. People want to see the no-hitter, but at that pace, you're talking about a guy throwing, 130, 140 pitches, and he's a young, 22-year-old? Want to say? Remember when they did the same thing to? I can't even think of his name now. The great pitcher in Washington, Strasburg.
Steven Strasburg.
Remember the year that they went to the playoffs and they shut him down anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This Skeens guy, man, he's like the ruler of the earth. He's got the Olivia Dunn, the LSU gymnast, right? Is his girlfriend? So
the Splinker, a hybrid between a splitter and a sinker.
What did I say? Did I say a split fastball or what?
Yeah. You said split fastball, I think. This is a splitter and a sinker.
Okay.
And apparently he can do it at 95 miles an hour.
It's fun to watch. I haven't really been able to settle. I was watching nothing but PGA Championship earlier today, so it's not like I settled into a mid-May Pittsburgh-Chicago baseball game. But as we advance throughout the course of the season here and playoffs wrap up on ice and on the hardwood and what have you, I look forward to watching this guy pitch coming up throughout the course of the year. All right, let's give you a leaderboard update. PGA Championship Round 2, par 71, course playing 7,600-plus yards. Xander Schauffele now has not another par on 15, so that's now 4 consecutive pars for Xander Schauffele. Birdies going out on 3, 7, and 9, and a birdie on 10. His only blemish was the bogey on 11. As I've said a couple of times now, he went 28 consecutive holes. If you count yesterday's round where he shot a 62 without a bogey, that happened on 11. He's playing par golf now, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 3 holes to go. The 2 par 4s on 16 and 17 and the par 5 on 18. I'm watching the television screen, and they are still playing golf. So a lot of these guys trying to get their rounds in. The best so far today was Colin Morikawa, his 65. He's 1 stroke out at -11. If things stay as is, that'll be your last out tomorrow on a Saturday during moving day. The combination of Xander Schauffele and Colin Morikawa. Of course, Schauffele looking for his first major. Colin Morikawa does have 2. Scottie Scheffler's got a couple, as we know. 66 today after being jailed, the 67 yesterday. He is now tied for 3rd place at -9. Thomas Dietrich's had consecutive rounds of 66 and 67. Wow. Kind of in there without the recognition, along with Mark Hubbard at -9. Robert McIntyre at -9. Still got some holes to play. He's played through 13 today. So 5 holes left for McIntyre. The combination of Tony Finau and Sahith Theegala playing together. Both shot 65s yesterday. Both at -3 today through 11. So they're not going to be able to complete their rounds. They're going to have to get up tomorrow first thing and play some holes of golf before, continuing on Saturday. And I often wonder how that is. We know that all the time guys have to get up early and play their next round, but a lot of times it's a situation where you're struggling to make the cut, or you're going home, or you're way back on the leaderboard. So if you do make it and you're around, your tee time is going to be relatively early after you wrap up the completion of your Friday round on a Saturday morning. That's not going to be the case here for Finau and Theegala. They're going to have to wait around for hours after getting some holes in. A couple of other notables before we hit our next break. Bryson DeChambeau through 11, -5 today. He's at 8 under. He's in good shape. Brooks Koepka, your defending champion, after a 67 yesterday, -3 so far today, so he's at 7 under par. Same applies here for Victor Hovland at -7. Justin Thomas is playing some good golf. We haven't said that an awful lot as of late. Kind of got like had a Phil Mickelson-type card. That's not true. You look at JT, he birdied 2, 3, 4, bogeyed 5, birdied 7, went out with a 32, all pars and a birdie moments ago on the par 4 15th. So JT playing the best golf that he has in a little bit of time. I have not talked about Tiger Woods at all today. As a matter of fact, I outside of his transgressions at the very top of the program, which I mentioned in comparison to the Scottie Scheffler situation. Haven't even mentioned his game. He just blew up to begin his round. Okay, after parring the par 4 first, he had a triple bogey on 2, posting a 7 on the par 4. He bogeyed the par 3 third hole, and then he posted another triple bogey on number 4. So he was 3 over through 2, 4 over through 3, and 7 over through 4 holes. Couple of pars, had consecutive birdies on 7 and 8, went out at a 40, which is plus 5 for the day. As well, he parred number 10, then bogeyed consecutively 11 and 12, the par 3 11th, the par 4 12th. Now he has had 3 consecutive pars. Here's a guy that you got to believe, hopefully, he can complete his round tonight. He didn't want to get up tomorrow. He's got 3 holes to play right now. I imagine he's on the 16th fairway. Get up just to play a couple of holes. But he's not going to be around for the weekend. He is absolutely going home. He is at plus 8 right now. Again, the cut line sits at minus 1. And I have now unofficially 78 golfers at minus 1 or better, which is just staggering. A couple of guys that will not make the cut if that's the case. Jon Rahm, who battled back yesterday with a minus 170, plus 1 today, a 72, but that's even. That's not good enough. Let me find some other golfers who. How about Ludvig Åberg? Okay, he's got 2 holes where he needs the birdie here. He's at plus 1, so he's 1 stroke away from the cut line. Dustin Johnson looks completely disinterested in the game of golf. I know there's been a lot about, what's happened to Jon Rahm? They gave him, $500 million, and he struggled. And at least he gets past. He makes a mistake, he shows emotion, and he's at least acting as if he's bothered that he's not playing well. Dustin Johnson looks like he doesn't have a care in the world. He got paid. He's won he's won at least 1 major. He might have won 2. I have to look it up. But it just kind of feels that way for DJ. And again, he's got 4 holes remaining. But right now he is 1 stroke away from the cut line. All right, we got much more to do. Take you up till 8 o'clock if you want to comment in the program. Getting quite a few that are rolling in on our text line. As always, 641-1010. That is the best way to reach us. That's brought to you by Lifetime Enclosures. Or you can get me on Twitter. That is Ballou1010XL.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL. A PGA Championship update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Vaughn Motor Group.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 106th PGA Championship, sponsored by Weber Grills. Get the griddle that stays ready, not rusty. Fire up the Weber Slate rust-resistant griddle. Rain has subsided. Overcast skies in Louisville. There's another 2 hours of daylight remaining. Xander Schauffele, the outright leader at 12 under par. He's got 3 holes to go today. Colin Morikawa didn't let the rain bother him this morning. 6 under 65 to push to 11 under. He's 1 back. Sahith Theegala was cooking up a special round. 4 under midway through. He's 10 under, 2 back. But Theegala now in a hospitality area left of the 10th fairway. Scottie Scheffler among those at 9 under after a nightmarish morning. He said he didn't, quote, drop his name to police after he was arrested for reckless driving and assaulting an officer. Scheffler claims it was all a misunderstanding. Projected cut -1. Notables on the outside. Jon Rahm at even. Phil Mickelson +4. Tiger Woods +8. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Because you want to hear bacon and eggs on your outdoor griddle, not the scraping of rust. Introducing the Weber Slate rust-resistant griddle. Stays ready, not rusty, with a carbon steel cooktop, pre-seasoned and ready to cook on right out of the box. The Weber Slate heats evenly edge to edge up to 500 degrees. All you'll hear is the gasp of amazement from friends and family when you serve the food. Cooking with the Weber Slate rust-resistant griddle just sounds delicious and tastes even better.
Want to keep your gas-powered engines running like new? Stable's proprietary formulas are proven by third-party testing to outperform the competition in keeping fuel fresh, preventing corrosion, and cleaning the entire fuel system. With Stable, you can have confidence you are doing the right thing for your engine's long-term health. Just pour into your gas can or fuel tank, then top off with fresh fuel. At every fill-up or when you store, start with Stable. Available where fuel additives are sold.
For Military Appreciation Month, Nimnik Buick GMC pauses to honor and express our deepest gratitude to the brave service members and their families who sacrificed so much for our country. Frank Frangie here. As a token of their appreciation, Nimnik Buick GMC is extending a special offer, $1,000 total cash allowance to all military personnel and their families on select new vehicles. So shop online at Nimnik Buick GMC. That's Nimnik, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
Ballou for Shinatri Chiropractic. They've helped me get rid of my headaches and pain in my neck and back. Are you suffering from an auto accident? What about TMJ pain? Headaches associated with jaw clenching, grinding of the teeth, or stress-related disorders? Shinatri Chiropractic has a physical therapist on staff for rehabilitation, quality chiropractic care, dry needling, massage, and acupuncture. Call 743-6700 or go to shinatridc.com.
Hi, I'm David Lane, your average everyday Joe. I'm 5 months out of my back surgery with Southeast Orthopedic, and I'm doing great. Thanks to Dr. Herford and his staff at Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
David Garrard here. Playing in the NFL can put a lot of wear and tear on your body, especially your knees. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has kept me mobile and ready to tackle every day.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
The flagship station of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
The Sign and Drive Green Tag event continues, offering 0% for 84 months with no money down on a John Deere compact utility tractor with loader. Limited time offer. Visit your local Ag Pro today. Offer ends May 31st, 2024. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you. For lost or broken keys or nearly any make and model of vehicle, call 722-1111 for Instant Keys Locksmith Service.
Hey Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
It's tune-up time, and Florida Home AC, the official AC partner of the Jaguars, wants to partner with you for a cool summer season. Tune up your AC unit right now so it's running at peak performance when you need it most. Just call 777-4300 and order a tune-up for just $59. Keep your unit humming at optimal level. Log on to FloridaHomeAC.com and take advantage of their savings. Keep cool with Florida Home AC. That's 777-4300.
Men, are you suffering from erectile dysfunction or PE? The medical providers at Prime Men's Medical Center offer breakthrough treatments that eliminate problems in the bedroom without pain or surgery. 98% of men see instant results on their first office visit. Listen to a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Prime Men's Medical Center offers breakthrough medical treatments that eliminate ED and PE. Men are even lasting 90 minutes or longer, regardless of age or medical history.
But that's not all. For a limited time only, call Prime Men's Medical Center now, and your initial consultation and first treatment are completely free. You'll see instant results right in the office. You'll even get a gift that enhances your performance in the bedroom. All this, worth hundreds of dollars, is free if you call now. 904-664-8217. 904-664-8217. That's 904-664-8217.
Come on, admit it. Almost everyone you know seems to be playing pickleball now, right? So whether you just want to learn how to play or you're ready to show off your elite pickleball skills, the Y is the place for you. Visit our brand new McGuire Family Pickleball Center at the Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach. 5 top quality outdoor courts and 3 amazing indoor courts where you can learn about dinks, dill ball, falafel, the kitchen, and more pickleball slang at the Y.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, 7:17 here in Jacksonville. With you tonight till 8 o'clock. Xander Schauffele continues to lead the PGA Championship. He's through 16 holes, 12 under. That is 1 stroke better than Colin Morikawa, who shot a 65 today. The Jaguars will be practicing. We'll get an opportunity to get out there at 11 o'clock Monday at the Miller Electric Center. And, I have all the guidelines, and I saved them. I don't remember what they are officially. I do think there'll be some 7-on-7. I don't know if there's any 11-on-11. I know that there's no contact. Remember Urban Meyer got hit with the contact, and it reduced a couple of practices and stuff like that. But, typically when you go to these, you only have 2 eyes, right? And there's going to be 90 guys out there. So it's impossible to watch everything, especially during individual drills. And, I always try to, without pads that are going on, most of the focus is on skill position guys, because if you're in the ditch, why spend that much attention if you can't hit, right? Instead, I'm looking for quickness, overall speed, length, holding on to the ball, how much they've retained early on, and, they running the correct routes, things along those lines. But I will say that I feel right now like my focus is going to be on the defense. It's going to be on Ryan Nielsen. And, I do really believe that things have been so boring, so vanilla around here defensively for the past decade that anything that we get is better than what we've seen. You live through the Gus Bradley, Todd Wash, Leo and Otto and all that type of stuff. And then, Mike Caldwell, I really hated losing to Shea Townsend. I thought he did a really good job, particularly in the secondary. I mean, you have to – Jackson was still +3 last year in the turnover ratio. And I want to say they had 27 takeaways. I know they went from 9 to 27 in the 2021 year to the 2022 year. They just became a very good takeaway football team. The problem was last year is they turned the ball over way too many times. But I think Mike Caldwell was a little bit green. He kept it pretty close to the vest. We thought that we were going to get all of this different looks and some stuff because of his experience, particularly in Tampa Bay, the way that they ran that very successful defense, including when they won the Super Bowl. We didn't get any of that, except for maybe some 3 safety looks or 3 linebacker looks when they took on obvious running teams. Not even as much against Tennessee as we thought, but certainly against Baltimore in consecutive years. It feels like things are going to really change here now with this new 4-3. So, things that I'm excited to really look at. I'm wondering about the other corner. And I'm going to talk with Ronald Darby after practice on Monday, so I'll have that interview for you. We'll play that right at 6:30 on Monday night. And I've known Ronald Darby for about a decade or so since he was at Florida State, but he's done a variety of different things. So, I don't know if he's the answer. We've got to find out whether or not he is actually going to be the guy. Devin Lloyd, I wish I had the fortitude. I wish I could come out right now and say, this is his year. He is going to make the splash in year 3 that Trayvon Walker made in the second half of year 2. Look at incredible improvements out of drafted Jaguar players the last couple of years. Remember the rookie season of Tyson Campbell? Horrific. I mean, a disaster. Then all of a sudden the light went on. He had a really good second half of the season. I thought Campbell last year played on one leg. He was a beaten-up guy. I still want to sign him to a long-term contract. I thought Trayvon Walker played some good football, right? Worthy of the top pick? Hell no. Got really good during the second half of his second season. And I think they're going to be able to move him around to a variety of different things this year, during the 4-3 base defense, and then when they go to an obvious pass rush situation, what are they going to do with that defensive line? But when I get to Devin Lloyd, the feeling is instead of being a weak side linebacker, and even though he's had a lot of tackles in 2 years, it feels like Devin Lloyd has gotten caught up in his responsibility. And at times he's been lost. Instead of trusting his instincts, instead of being a football player that simply is to rush the quarterback, like he did at Utah. I mean, he rushed the QB at Utah. And there's been, a mention here, a mention there that, he's going to be able to get that opportunity. Can you imagine if it's a pass rush situation? They haven't done enough with ends. Okay? Every show I do, I say you got to add an end. But what if all of a sudden it becomes a situation where, and I'm just thinking out loud, because I hear that Lloyd's getting an opportunity to rush the quarterback. I know he's going to be at the Sam linebacker. He's going to be at the strong side linebacker position this year in this 4-3. You have the weak side, you have the strong side, you have a middle linebacker. And Foye Oluokun obviously is very good as a middle linebacker. And I also think that, those are your two linebackers because, again, you're very good when it comes to understanding what the Jaguars do game in, game out. We know that in most cases it's going to be a 4-2-5 defense, right? You're going to go immediately to your nickel back because most teams have 3 wide receiver sets. So even though your base is a 4-3-4, in reality it's a 4-2-5. What if, okay, so let's just say that Lloyd rushes from the linebacker position. Makes you wonder about the tight end. Anyway, what's going to happen there? But let's say that happens. That's one thing. And I love firing a safety. Antonio Johnson, I think, can absolutely rush the passer. I want to see what this Darnell Savage can do when it's all said and done as far as rushing the passer. But maybe we get that from a linebacker. What about if you bring in a Chad Muma or a Travis Gibson who's maybe on the line? And all of a sudden you look at an obvious pass rush situation where you have Trayvon, you go left to right. You have Devin Lloyd. Then Trayvon Walker inside. Eric Armstead inside. Josh Allen at the other end. Crazier things have happened. Would I bet on that? Hell no. I think we're going to see Travis Gibson get that opportunity. I think you're going to see Yasir Abdullah get that opportunity. I think they're going to try to work Miles Cole in and give him that opportunity. I still think they need to add another body. I wouldn't bet on this, but I'm just listening to the way that Nielsen describes stuff. And after a year in Atlanta running the defense, after being a co-defensive coordinator out in New Orleans before that, isn't that what this football team needs to do? Out-scheme your opponent. And exotic blitzes coming from places that you do not expect, has not been something that we have seen here forever. and ever. Just wonder if that's going to be the case. I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell any of that coming up on Monday. Again, there's no contact. But it does make you wonder a little bit about what's going to happen with this defense. I mean, I'm looking at projections roster-wise, and, guys like Tyler Lacey, they don't even have making the team. I think it's a huge opportunity for him. The return of Ventrell Miller, who basically redshirted a year ago. It feels like this team is deeper than it's ever been. It feels like there'll be more competition this year in camp than we've ever seen. I mean, guys like Deshaun Dixon and Caleb Johnson and Adam Gotsis and Jeremiah Ledbetter and Tyler, they're not all going to make the team. And I know they haven't been household names. They haven't done a lot of great stuff before. But compare that to years prior, it's like, yeah, you probably have them on your roster if that was going back a few years ago, if you understand what I'm trying to get at. Then all of a sudden you add guys like Ty Summers, who've been here before, been on the practice squad. Again, Ryan Nielsen had him in New Orleans. So I think it's going to be really interesting, and I guess it's just a long-winded approach on my part of basically saying that typically most of my attention is on the offense. I feel like this year that attention, at least coming up on Monday, is going to go to the defensive side of the football field. We will see. All right, let me give you an update before the break. Let's see, the very latest. Is anything changed? Still 12 under now for Schauffele through 17. Morikawa, of course, in the clubhouse with a 65 today. He's at minus 11. Tagala with another birdie on 12. So he's got it back to double figures. He is at 10 under par. We got much more to do right here on this Friday night edition. Along with Dylan Denmark, my name is Rick Ballou. We'll take you till 8 o'clock.
A PGA Championship update on 1010XL. Brought to you by Vaughn Motor Group.
Westwood One Sports presents this special report on the 106th PGA Championship, sponsored by Fidelity Wealth Management. Xander Schauffele keeps motoring along. He's in the fairway at 17, leading at 12 under par. But maybe Sahith Theegala can catch him.
16 feet 6 inches. The putt here back up the hill. It's not a lot in this. And that ball goes right in the middle is what it does. Right in the middle for Sahith Theegala. He is back to 10 under.
Gotta love DP. Dennis Paulson with the call. Theegala had bogeyed the 10th. So with that birdie, Theegala now 2 back. Colin Morikawa 1 back at 11 under. Scottie Scheffler 9 under par. He had overwhelming support from the fans after his arrest early this morning. There was an increased police presence near Valhalla after John Mills was struck and killed by a shuttle bus at 5 a.m. Eastern. Mills was working security for the event. He was 69. I'm Ted Emmerich, Westwood One Sports.
Traveling, volunteering, spending time with family. What's your retirement look like? With income planning from Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor can help you grow and protect your wealth. They'll look at your full financial picture and help you create a flexible strategy that considers things like market conditions and healthcare expenses, so you can stop worrying about the future and enjoy whatever comes next. Visit fidelity.com/income planning. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, member NYSE, SIPC.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, Hicken here. I couldn't be any happier than to join the George Moore Chevrolet family. When I say family, I mean it. Visit their beautiful showroom today off Atlantic Boulevard. Find out exactly what I'm talking about. No pressure, just friendly help. And whether you want a car, a truck, SUV, electric, pre-owned, you name it, George Moore Chevrolet has it. And if you can't make it over to Atlantic Boulevard, no problem. MooreChevy.com is easy to navigate as any site you will try. It's never been more easy to use. George Moore Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Hey, sports fans, this is Hayes Carlyon from MyBookie. The NBA playoffs are heating up, and it's the perfect time to elevate your game with MyBookie. With MyBookie, you can bet from anywhere, anytime, so you never miss a shot to cash in on a play. You can even live stream and bet on the games right from the sportsbook, giving you everything you'll need to decide, cash out or let it ride. MyBookie really makes it easy to get paid with tons of boosted props and slam dunk parlays, and new boosts are now posted on the daily. It's more than just a sportsbook. Buzzer beaters, underdog upsets, and a community to share in all of the sweats. Give yourself a head start today and play with house money using promo code 1010XL when you make your first deposit. That's promo code 1010XL to claim a limited time bonus when you sign up and make your first deposit. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere, only with MyBookie. And don't forget that promo code 1010XL.
Hey, Hicken here for Zero Res. Like many of you, I love living in Jacksonville, where we have so many families who serve or have served in the military. I'm so grateful for their sacrifice to keep us safe. If you have a family member who is on active duty or is a veteran, now is the time to call Zero Res. Because right now you get a 25% military discount on everything they clean. A thank you for your service. That's 25% off carpet cleaning, tile and grout upholstery, or Oriental rugs. Zero Res, man, spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
Hey, it's Joe C. And when you want to enhance your outdoor space, visit my friends at CSS Fireplaces and Outdoor Living. They have everything you need, including true flame grills. Visit their showroom or schedule a free home estimate at cssoutdoor.com.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On May 17, 2019, Brooks Koepka fires a 65 to set a new record for the lowest 36-hole score in a golf major at the PGA Championship at Bethpage State Park.
If you're an experienced, skilled plumber or welder that's MedGas certified and you're tired of working for a company that just doesn't treat you right, Local 234 is the place for you. Their pay is the best in the business. You'll walk away with $35.09 an hour in your pocket. With benefits, that's just over $50 an hour. Local 234 has been around since 1901, and that means something. Visit UA234.com to send your resume. Local 234. Make the right connection.
I'm Ben from Beard's Diamonds. My father and I buy our stones direct from the diamond cutters. No middleman, no big company overhead, no commission salespeople, and we pass the savings on to you. Before you buy anywhere else, remember, Beard's Diamonds will beat any competitor's price.
In the St. John's Town Center or at beardsdiamonds.com.
Let's go! Don't you dare miss the Jacksonville Sharks calming the storm this weekend. They're going to beat that Sioux Falls storm. You bet. Saturday, May 18th, 7 o'clock at the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Let's go! With tickets as low as $15, you're not going to find Saturday family affordable fun anywhere else. Call 904-621-0700 or go to jacksharks.com. Dress as your favorite superhero or villain for the Sharks Superhero Night and help the Sharks smash their opponent. All educators, buy one ticket, get one free. Join us for Shark Fest before the game. 5 o'clock, a pregame party, and rock the tank. Let's go! Don't miss opening night of the season. This Saturday, May 18th, 7 o'clock in the VyStar Veterans Memorial Arena. Be a part of indoor football fun and exciting, non-stop action. Let's go! For tickets as low as $15, call 904-621-0700. And don't forget your cape. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The saying goes, the grass is greener on the other side. Well, that is actually true if your neighbor installed artificial turf. Lauren Brooks here from my friends at Sunshine Turf, a family-owned local company that will take your backyard dreams and turn them into a reality. Caleb can design anything from putting greens to pet runs, and if you have a pool, you'll definitely love maintenance-free turf around it. Visit sunshineturf.info to get a free quote today. Sunshine Turf. That's sunshineturf.info.
Hacker here, and last week I mentioned the number 60, but it was prefaced with the word almost. Well, here we are 1 week later, and I can now say I've lost over 60 pounds thanks to Awaken 180 weight loss. Every week, my weight keeps going down and down. Apparently, so does my blood pressure, because earlier this week, my doctor was shocked. My blood pressure is the best it's been in years, and I practically just started Awaken 180. I used to dread going to the doctor. If you're overweight, you know exactly what I mean. Always hearing you need to make changes. You need this med or you need that med. Not anymore. Awaken 180 has flipped the switch on aging for me, and I feel great. Guys, girls, if I can do Awaken 180, if I can succeed with Awaken 180, I guarantee you will too. Choose Jacksonville's choice in weight loss and make the call. 844-346-1800. That's 844-346-1800 or online at awaken180weightloss.com.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, Xander Schauffele in a little bit of trouble here in the rough on number 18, his third shot on the par 4. Let's see if he can get up and down. He is out of the rough, and tell you what, he's brought it a good, I guess, what do you think that is, Dylan? 12, 15 feet past the hole. So
yeah, it's not close.
He will have that to try to save par. And he is your leader right now by one stroke. It appears that unless Tagala is able to birdie a few holes coming in, that Morikawa and Schauffele will be part of the final grouping going out on Saturday. Again, if Tagala doesn't finish his round today, he'll do so early tomorrow morning. And if he's able to post birdies there, then he would be part of that final pairing coming up on Saturday. So, Schauffele minus 12, Morikawa 11 under par after a 65 today. 14 holes to play for Tagala. He is at minus 10. 4 golfers at minus 9. One still out in the course. That is Robert McIntyre. He has played 15 holes. He is at minus 9. Rounds over for Scottie Scheffler, Thomas Dietrich, and Mark Hubbard, all at 9 under. Austin Eckroat minus 8. Getting ready for the weekend. Brooks Koepka, your defending champion from a year ago. He bogeyed one. Koepka's had birdies on 2, 3, 7, and 9. So he went out minus 332. Had a double bogey on 10. A 7 on the par 5. And then has birdied 11, 12, and 15. So he's got 3 holes to go. He's 8 under par. He is in pretty good shape. Tony Finau minus 8. 4 holes to go playing on this Friday. All right, a couple of other notables. Victor Hovland and Bryson DeChambeau, both at 7 under. They are still out on the golf course. Justin Thomas has a hole to play. He is at 6 under par. Patrick Cantlay minus 4. Shane Lowry minus 4. Billy Horschel, a 69 today, minus 4. Rory McIlroy's had an interesting day. Let's take a look at his card. He birdied 1, bogeyed 6, birdied 7, went out minus 134, double bogey on 12. Rest of his holes he has parred today. So he is 4 under with 2 holes to play on Friday. Max Homa at minus 4. He's got 3 holes to play. Zalatoris is 68, 3 under. Patty Reed and Russell Henley at minus 3. Tom Hoagie at minus 3. Let's get to the minus 2s. Gary Woodland, Brendan Todd, Cameron Young, all at 2 under par. Jordan Spieth through 15 holes, 2 under. Tyrell Hatton through 14 holes, minus 2. 1 under, which is the projected cut line. Joaquin Niemann and Ricky Fowler each at 1 under. Taylor Gooch and his big mouth at minus 1. Corey Connors minus 1. He's got 3 holes to play. So that is the cut line. I have 78 golfers unofficially at 1 under. So right now, to give you a couple here before we get our last break of the night in, guys who apparently are not going to be around for the weekend include John Rahm and even par. Through 36 holes, not going to be enough. Matt Fitzpatrick, not going to be enough. Dustin Johnson said he acts as though he doesn't care. Well, since I said that, he's birdied 3 out of the last 4 holes. Okay, he's got 2 holes remaining. He's 1 stroke away. He's got the par 4 17th, the par 5 18th in order to try to make the cut. Taylor Pendrith, a winner 2 weeks ago, right? He's even par. Let's see. Ludwig Oberg has got a hole to play. He's plus 1. He's going to have to birdie it. Let's see if it's the 9th or the 18th. It is 18th. Boy, he had 2 birdies in a row and bogeyed 16. A couple of other notables here before we send it to our final break of the night. Adam Scott, +3, a hole to go. Phil Mickelson, +4, a 72 today after a 74 yesterday. He'll be gone for the weekend. Wyndham Clark, who won last year's United States Open, a 75 today, +4. He's going home. Siwoo Kim, of course, a winner here, 74. He's going home. Tiger Woods, a hole to play, +8. He will not be around for the weekend. Michael Block, the story a year ago. Remember him, the club champion? 76 yesterday, and he posted an 8 on the third hole, the par 4. An 8. You take away those 4 strokes, he would have been at +3. Instead, he's +7 after a 73 today. So nothing to be embarrassed about. 7 over par, but he is not going to make it for the weekend. And that is it. John Daly withdrew, said he had a bad thumb. A couple of other champions, including Rich Beam, an 83 today, +20 for the tournament. This Tracy Phillips story was pretty interesting. 61 years of age is Tracy Phillips out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And he shot an 80 today after a 75 yesterday. So quite a thrill to be the age of 61 to try to make it to the weekend for the PGA Championship. Unfortunately, he did fall short. Let's give you another update officially from the folks at the PGA Championship. We'll come back, put our final thoughts on this one right here on this Friday.
Get your motor running.
Let's go racing.
It's NASCAR's All-Star Race at North Wilkesboro Speedway, Sunday night. Brought to you by the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234 from Jacksonville's NASCAR station, 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Mayday, mayday, mayday.
Come in, Linda. Over.
We've got a sea of new vehicles and they're priced so low they're rocking the boat. Come check out our biggest selection of inventory with the best prices and our wow ya experience that will ensure smooth sailing for your next car purchase. Plus, take advantage of our peace of mind warranties, transparent pricing, and free oil changes with every purchase. You better beat the surge and head to Beaver Toyota St. Augustine or Beaver Chevrolet in Jacksonville for the best car buying experience.
Lauren Brooks here from Mayport CNC Fisheries. At my house, we had a feast from Mayport CNC Fisheries with the freshest shrimp around, and it was unbelievable. They also have oysters, scallops, mahi, and so much more. Want to eat like a local? Head to the beach and visit my friends at Mayport CNC Fisheries.
Ever wonder how you can transform your living spaces into captivating works of art? At First Coast Lighting and Fans, they offer a huge selection of high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. Visit their showroom on Phillips Highway at the Avenues and step into a world of quality without compromise. Discover the difference that locally owned expertise makes and let them help you experience the transformation from average to extraordinary. At First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Looking for a great place to enjoy some craft creations and soak up some scenery? Fernandina's Mocama Beer Company is a must-see and must-try. Nassau County knows it. Visitors need to find out about it. Mocama means near the big water where the sun is born. And if you visit their tap room in Fernandina Beach, you'll see how they've mastered equal parts precision and art in creating great flavors from IPAs to Pilsners, lagers, and sours, plus plenty more. Mocama.com, Mocama Beer Company. Start an adventure and find them in Fernandina.
There's a reason it's called Student Athlete.
Listen for the High School Scholar Athlete Wednesdays on The Frangie Show.
Brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
And the Plumbers and Pipefitters Local Union 234 on 1010XL.
Prosser here for Lifetime Flooring. You've heard us rave about Lifetime Enclosures. Now let's talk about Lifetime Flooring. I can tell you firsthand, the products and services, the best in Jacksonville. As you know, updating your floors is one of the most dramatic changes you can make to your home. Call the experts at Lifetime Flooring now and ask about their buy one room, get one room free promotion through Memorial Day. 0% financing available to meet any budget. Visit their beautiful showroom just off Phillips Highway and tell them Prosser sent you.
Visionaries, builders, and doers, are you ready to change the world? Miller Electric is your opportunity to shape the future. Miller Electric is leading the charge in electric vehicle technology with our state-of-the-art EV Innovation Design Center. We're working to create a sustainable future. We're also the proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars, powering their performance at the brand-new Miller Electric Center. Miller Electric, we provide competitive pay, unbeatable benefits. Apply today. MillerCareers.com. Miller Electric, an equal opportunity employer.
Are you ready to help lock down the bank in 2024? Don't miss a single moment when quarterback Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars take on some of the biggest names in the NFL. Become a season ticket member now to get access to exclusive experiences, events, and player appearances all season long. Lock in your seats for 2024 now by going to jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We can't wait to see you at Everbank Stadium.
What's keeping you from learning the language you've always wanted to speak?
Too hard.
Takes too long.
Not with Babbel. Babbel's interactive lessons, podcasts, games, and more make learning fun.
Fun isn't hard.
Right. And in 10 minutes a day, Babbel's bite-sized lessons are designed to get you having real conversations in as little as 3 weeks.
That's not long.
It's not hard.
It's perfect.
It starts here. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
At Duck Duck Air Conditioning, we understand the importance of having a properly functioning air conditioning system, especially in hot and humid climates like Florida. That's why we offer a wide range of services, including installation, repair, maintenance, and replacement of all types of air conditioning systems. The Duck Duck Air Conditioning team is available 24/7, so you can count on us to be there when you need us the most. Contact us today to schedule your service and experience the Duck Duck difference. 904-862-6769 or online at duckduckac.com.
Sports fans, JJ LaSalva here. When I need to send my bride flowers or a plant for birthdays or anniversaries, I always go with Kuhn Flowers. After all, they've been the leading florist in these parts for over 75 years. You can always rely on Kuhn Flowers.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right, get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Into the Night with Rick Ballou on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
All right, have an awful lot on Monday on the Jaguars. Again, they're back out at the Miller Electric Center from 11 o'clock to 12:15. So looking forward to getting out there. I'll have a full report at 6 o'clock. Plus, going to be talking with one of the newest members of the Jaguars. That is defensive back Ronald Darby. The 4704 on defensive back says, Ballou, I've heard the Marshawn Lattimore trade rumors. What's your opinion on that? Well, I love it that the compensation would be a fourth-round draft pick for a guy who turns 28 on Sunday. I've seen different reports on how much it would cost Jacksonville. He's got 3 years remaining on his deal. I read somewhere this week, and I wish I could remember who reported it, that it's a very feasible deal in which they could get out of it after the season, and that they would only have to pay him like less than $4 million. If that's the case, I don't know what the holdup would be. I've seen others where it is going to be more expensive. Overthecap.com, unfortunately, did not clarify that either way. It looked like it was far more expensive. So when trades happen, I don't know what happens, but as far as the overall cash, but Jacksonville has the money to make the move. And a fourth-round pick, yeah, no doubt I would do it. And again, you're talking about Ryan Nielsen, who's been with Marshawn Lattimore before in New Orleans. I'm sure his input is tremendous in all of this. So we'll see what ends up happening. We'll have a lot on this on Monday. I apologize. I didn't get an opportunity really to get to any of your texts tonight. We have just been too busy. back to the PGA Championship at 12 to 13, 14, 15-foot putt for par for Xander Schauffele. He made it. So he is going to be your leader going into Saturday at 12 under. And I say that, Tagala does have 3 holes to play, and he is 2 strokes behind. So let's see. Tagala has 16, 17, and 18 remaining. He is 2 strokes behind. Right now it's Schauffele at -12, Morikawa at -10. Again, the 3 holes left for Tagala. 3 holes left for Tagala at 10 under. So those are your top 3, Schauffele, Morikawa, and Tagala. Again, you have 4 golfers at 9 under. That includes Scottie Scheffler. McIntyre's got it at -9 through 15. I'm looking up, doing an interview now, so I can't see if they're still playing. Brooks Koepka at 8 under. Bryson DeChambeau and Tony Finau at 8 under. All are still out on the golf course. It looks like it looks like the cut line is going to be 1 under. And again, unofficially, I have 78 golfers in red figures. Dylan Denmark, thank you. You got a big weekend plan.
Golf tomorrow, and I'm going to be chilling Sunday, man. Been a long week.
Good for you. Enjoy yourself. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to mix in a little golf on Saturday. Watch the PGA Championship, lay some tape as I play. And then, of course, Sunday, no doubt about it, final round of the PGA Championship. Again, Monday, the next time I do talk with you, have a full report on the Jaguars practice, their first OTA inside the Miller Electric Center or outside at the Miller Electric facility. Look forward to that. It's going to be outstanding, the Miller Electric Center. That's it. Folks, have a great weekend. For Dylan Denmark, I'm Rick Ballou. We'll talk Monday at 6.